And we're back, and we're taking a look and gonna start the build of the new Tekno MT410 2.0. This is a basher 1/10 scale, and this is a true 1/10 scale. This isn't like their previous one that was on a lot of 8 scale parts, a little bit bigger. This is a 1/10 scale to compete with the rival Granite 3S Big Rock, trucks like that. This is my favorite class of basher truck out there. I have most fun with these. I do like all the 6S and blah blah blah, but I do like these trucks because you can play with them just about anywhere. They don't require a lot of space to be real quick and maneuverable. And yeah, I wanted to, as soon as I seen this was available, I wanted to pick it up. It'll also be my first Tekno. I'm pretty familiar with Tekno, but I've never built a kit because I'm not much into racing, and most of their stuff is racing based. Now, if I was into racing, I'm sure I would have had a kit by now and built one up. But seeing how this is a basher, we're gonna go with this one. I thought the other one seemed like it was a little old and just didn't really want to go down that route with the original MT410, just because it was already an older platform for quite a while now, and I didn't see the purpose in building something like that's already kind of long in the tooth. But this one's got a lot of new parts. It's loosely based off of the SET 410 2.0, which is their new lighter weight short course truck, 4-wheel drive short course truck. Anyway, so we're gonna just open this thing up. Not much to say on the box. It's a pretty plain box. I've already cracked it open, just took a look. Not a whole lot of anything exciting in here, but we got all the fluids, thread lock, grease, everything that we need. I am going to build this exactly to kit spec, unless I come across something I think's goofy. I'm just going to build it the way they say. They are a race company. I'm pretty sure that they have pretty much tuned this thing to the best of their ability, so that the stock setup should be pretty good. And then I can tune it from there. So we got, looks like radio tray bag with servo mounts, antenna, the bumpers and wheelie bar, side guards and motor mounts. Looks like a skid plate, drive shafts, some bumper mounts. We got shocks. Not so sure we're going to build the shocks on camera. I might build them off. I haven't decided yet. I'm curious to see how nice their shocks are. They look like really big bore, heavy duty shocks. I'm guessing because of the race quality, they should be pretty good. There's been a lot of cars come out recently, so it's kind of been putting a damper in the old RC budget, but I've been kind of light on new stuff this year compared to previous years. There's suspension arms. Not sure if those, I'm guessing those might be rear. Shock towers, bulkheads. We got differential. That'd be the center diff kit. There's front arms. Another shock tower, more skids and bumpers. Differentials. Servo saver, steering parts, bearings. Of course, we got the chassis. Chassis feels pretty good. I don't know what quality it is. I haven't really looked into that, but I'm going to assume this is probably a 70-75 chassis. Doesn't feel very flexible, so I'm going to assume that's correct. And we got the manual. We'll figure out where we're going to get going here. Got a sticker sheet. Let's see what the manuals look like. Oh, the manuals look really nice, actually. This is like old Team Associated quality. Now their manuals suck turds. Yeah, very nice looking manual. Should make the building pretty easy. I will let you know if I come across any discrepancies in the manual, but yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks like the boring step we start out with is building diffs, all 3 diffs. Exciting. Anyway, now this should actually be a fun build. I get to experience what it's like to build a Tekno, check out the quality, see what how it's gonna be to put one together. I love building kits. This year I've built quite a few kits so far. Let's go over some of my electronics. I'm going with the Copperhead 10 system and the 3200 long can, 3200 kV long can motor. It's the limited edition in the black. They don't even make that anymore. It's a fairly new system. It has been opened, but I think I only ran it a couple times. It's going to be perfect for this truck. I run it in some of my other 10 scale trucks, and it is awesome. I picked up this J Concepts body. This is a Chevy body. This is a longer wheelbase monster truck, so it's similar to wheelbase as the Big Rock. And so finding a body for it is not going to be easy, and I didn't want to pick up a Big Rock body because they already have pre-drilled holes, and there isn't too many options out there. So I picked up this J Concept monster truck body. The wheelbase is 13 inches. This truck has 13-inch wheelbase, so I thought it would work as long as the width is going to be okay, and it seems like it might be. If not, I do have a couple other options that I'm looking at also. So you just gotta find the right body to fit. We're also going to do a reef servo, which I don't have yet. And then we're also going to do the Pro Line. I haven't tried these yet. I have all of the other Pro Line 10 scale monster truck tires. We're gonna go with the Hyrax on this truck and see what those are like. I thought they were kind of beefy. Put something new on a different truck and see how they handle. Trenchers are usually my favorite, but those look pretty cool to try out. So it says to build the center diff first. Let's get this open. Make sure we're opening the right bag. Bag A. Just to apply a little bit of grease around here. How many times I'm going to bump the camera? I've tried different camera angles when I'm building and I can't seem to find the correct one. This one seems to work the best. Just kind of sucks that your phone or your camera's right in your way, so you're kind of reaching around a little awkward, but it seems to work best for, I don't know, seeing what I'm doing, how I'm working on it, and getting it going. Let's see. I think some of the most boring parts of building cars is putting differentials together and shocks. Anyway, I'm pretty much, this time of year is pretty awesome, especially with all the new releases that have been coming out from Arma, Losi, lots of cool stuff. Motorcycles are finally getting in stock, and everything has all come out at once. Even this Tekno was something I don't know if many people seen coming. I never even heard a blurb about it until it was just like in stock at A-Main, and here we go. And so it's been kind of a costly season, but like I said, I haven't really got too many ready runs throughout the year. Very light this year compared to last year, but I'm stockpiling now. The bad thing is I picked up a Big Rock. I picked up the new Big Rock 6S and the Mojave. And with work and people being out sick there, and then all of a sudden I've been sick and different things going on, and now the weather's totally turning crappy, and it was snowing a week ago and now it's going to snow again. I haven't even been able to run them. Just trying to find the time with the time change to get out, and it's just been impossible. I will run them. I'm hoping to get them on video, but it's the scheduling has just been hard. It's like when I do these type of kits, I can build them at night after work. Sometimes I stay up kind of late and tinker around, and so then I can get stuff done. We gotta do 100,000 in the center. Let's go ahead and grease this one up. I didn't think the price on this kit was too bad if it turns out to be halfway decent. I always want something like this or the old Proline monster truck, but by the time Proline truck monster truck was in and out pretty quickly for me, so I didn't dive in on that bandwagon. But I thought that was a pretty cool truck. It's pretty much the size and exact what this one is. I just had somebody asking me a week or so ago, I want to build a basher kit. I think it'd be fun to build one because they're not really into the crawlers as much. I'm like, there really isn't that much available, and there isn't. I mean, there's a few options maybe here or there, whatever, but there really isn't anything of quality out there that's worth even saying. So most of the builds that you would do would just be end up buying an RTR and then modifying it yourself, and that'd be called a build. And then literally a week later this thing was out. Let's see, what size screws do we need? Oh, I like to see that. Usually on diffs, they put these tiny screws. These are 2mm size screws. It's gonna be easy to cinch them down. Don't have to fight with them or worry about them breaking off. I wonder if this is going to be one of those bottles that the tip ends up shooting off into the diff. Probably the force I'm trying to squeeze this stuff out at. use a shock stand, and we'll let that settle for a second. We'll get going on the other diffs. It looks like all I got to do is screw that one together. And the other one should be same process. So these should go quicker. Gears look pretty nice. They're not machined. They just look like they're sintered, I'm guessing. Well, no, maybe they are machined. They have that sintered color, but I'm sure they're, I know they're the same diffs as they use in their 8 scales. At least from what I remember reading. It's always fun building a new brand kit too. I've built probably 100 kits in my lifetime, I would assume, somewhere in there. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's an exaggeration. But it's been a lot. But I've had so many RC cars over the years. I couldn't even guess how many. But I definitely would say I'm probably close to having hundreds of them throughout the years. I've been doing this a really long time, and through many different changes in the hobby. See what their stuff's being able to do now compared to when I was a kid is amazing. How far this stuff has come, battery technology, motors, etc. It just keeps getting better all the time. Durability, I think, is probably the biggest thing that this hobby should be proud of. Even though cars break, there was nothing even close to that. I mean, 10 years ago, cars weren't even, well, I'll take that back. I would say maybe you could say the Savage was probably the first real durable basher truck. But compared to the speeds cars are doing nowadays, I mean, those things are nothing compared to what they can deal with now, power-wise. I really like this manual. It's so easy to read. Some other companies could take some lessons, or maybe some other companies could go back in time and start doing their manuals like they used to. I don't know what Team Associated's manuals are like in their race kits, because it's been so long since I've built a race kit, but a couple of recent kits that I have built from them, which is like built a drag car and a two-wheel buggy of some sort in the last little while. Their manuals, they used to be the best. They're not that great these days. I know it's hard to Anyway, I was just just noticing that they say to put 50,000 in the rear and 100,000 in the front. I never run any of my cars that heavy. Maybe the centers with the 100 to 200, depending on the weight of the car, but this thing is so small, 100 should be way good. But I don't know, I'm about putting 100,000 in the front. I like my cars to turn. I don't want it to push all over the place. So we might do 50 front and 30 rear. We'll have to go grab some different oil. The diff cases are definitely very hard plastic. Really gripping these screws. Thank God they used as big of screws, or thank goodness, or that they used as big of screws as they did, or they'd definitely be stripped out. Which is what happened to me when I built my FW06 earlier this year. They used dumb Phillips head 2mm screws. Oh, those were ridiculous. Yeah, 100,000 is super thick. Lightweight truck. I mean, it's probably going to be a little heavier than some trucks, especially like the Rival. I think the Rival's a pretty light truck. If that was in the front, it'd be crazy to steering. So we're going to do 50 in the front. Hopefully that'll do it. I think it's about time for me to upgrade some of my tools. I've had these hot racing, actually, yeah, no, hot bodies tools forever and ever. And even though they've been really, really good, they are, I like the handles because you can stick a 17mm wrench on them if you really need to get on something. So I like that part, but the tips are just getting a little wore out. I could probably find some other tips to replace, but I kind of want to do a full upgrade. I haven't decided whether I wanted to do... I wished I could have got that limited edition MIP set, but at the time it came out, sticker shock, I wasn't really wanting to commit to that, but now I wish I would have got one. I think they were like $500 for something, but I mean, such a nice set for the MIP. But there's some other pretty good tool sets out there. I've thought about doing a full Vanquish set. I want a nice set. I'm not going to go cheap. I used my tools so much that I want something that's nice. If I need a tip, I know the company's still going to be around. I haven't quite decided on what yet. I know ProTech has some pretty decent ones. I mean, they're still probably the same as a lot of others made, but they look really nice. Okay, so this is our front diff. All ready to go. There's the front. Now the rear. We're gonna do a little concoction here because for whatever reason I can't seem to find my 30,000 or my 20,000. I can't remember which one I have. I think I have both. I can't find them anywhere. I have a giant case of just full of shock fluids and everything, nice and organized, and they're missing. So the only one I can find is 10. So we're gonna mix some 10 and some 50. Mostly 10, a little bit of 50, get it to hopefully around 20-ish. It's not exact, but it's going to be thicker than 10 and not as thick as 50. Sometimes you have to do this to come up with a roundabout estimate. Sit and settle for a second. Diffs are pretty easy to build. I don't know what the timing is on them. I'm trying to do it in a reasonable amount of time for the video, but I like to build, so I don't want to go too fast and spoil all the fun. Okay, rear, front, rear, don't forget. So, diffs are built. Now we're on to bag C. Which is front gearbox, shock tower. There's the D bag. Let's see. I love this little build tray I got. I know there's lots of options out there, but I bought this from A-Main. It's an Eco Power. Thing's only like 14 bucks for this whole tray. It's made out of ABS plastic. I'm pretty sure it's ABS. Pretty cheap, but comes in really handy. Got all the little organizers. You can tell, got a high glass content in all their plastics so far, especially the cases. I'm sure the arbs are softer. Okay. Says no shims on there. One shim there. Wow. Jeez. Well, I got Loctite everywhere. Makes it easier to apply anyway. Give it a nice cinch. Good thing about that is it's really huge. It's 2.5 millimeter set screw, so you can really get down and tight on it. This is front gearbox. Just to throw a couple shims. Come on the outside. Nice and messy. Whoop. Gotta be careful of those shims. Oh, there we go. So far, everything's going together beautiful. I kind of like the looks of these plastics. The molding looks really good. I'm not even sure where Tekno stuff is made or where it's designed from, to be honest with you. I know it's a European company of some sort, I'm pretty sure. Okay, now install the shock tower. I wonder if they have upgraded shock towers available for this thing. Something that looks cooler. Maybe like a machined piece or something. You can tell this is just a stamped aluminum piece. Probably still pretty nice, but I'm gonna have to apologize for the audio. I don't know how crappy it was or wasn't. It probably sounded pretty echoey. Sorry about that. Didn't have my microphone turned on correctly, and then it decided to shut itself off, and I think it's been off pretty much the whole video, so now we got it hooked up. Should be a little nicer sounding. That sucks. But can't go back and redo it, so hopefully the audio is better now. Install the shock standoffs. Oh, what was that? I don't even have a correct wrench for this stupid thing. I have lots of tools, don't get me wrong, but I don't have the correct wrench for that side. That's what I'm saying, I need a whole new set of tools. I want the nut drivers and everything. I have a ton of the hex, and they're just kind of turned into, well, these ones are all war. Until this one, I replaced the tip a long time ago. I want a full set of nice nut drivers, all the stuff. I don't even know why I'm using this stupid little T-wrench. There we go. The whole front gearbox is put together. Now we're on to rear gearbox. Okay, that's it for the first hour of build, unboxing and build time. We got it unboxed, went over a couple things, yippity yappity, and we have 2 gearboxes put together, all 3 differentials. Might stop the video here, and we're going to resume on the next part of it, or I'll continue on. I don't know how long a video to make here, so I'm just going to, I haven't quite decided how I'm going to film this, so I'm going to stop here